Hello everyone and welcome to another session of Elward Resistor City. And tonight's session is set in a underground car park where a illegal fighting club is taking place. And our resident oddball Raven is enjoying taking part in the sport and is at the moment centre ring. The woman you see is wearing sort of leather trousers and gothic style New Rock boots and a white vest, and she has bandages covering her forearms her complete forearms, so from wrist to elbow. And in various sort of parts of the fight where she gets hit, you can notice that one of her eyes is scarred over and presumably missing. She's fighting with a young man who's reasonably well weighted against her. They tend to put you in the right sort of categories for this sort of thing. And he's weighing in on her, and she seems to be handling him very well. And with the thuds of punches and kicks, we'll start our scene.
The Zamisi known as Evelyn Yasmir makes her way into the fighting rings that she has been frequenting as of late, without a pack to really call her own. She has been just doing whatever it is that she does that makes her tick. That is to say, who really knows? Evelyn sort of walks in a bit down on money after mysteriously all of her funds somehow disappeared. But it doesn't seem to have stopped her from her goals, from her ambitions, from her research, in a manner of speaking. The fighting ring brings about many, many impressive physical specimens, and some of which have made even more impressive works of art back at her haven. As she comes up to the shouting of the circle of people, she walks around as she slimps the brown leather jacket off and exposes the sort of just the white tank top with the already taped hands as she begins to watch what's going on in the ring with a keenly interested eye.
From what you can tell from just a quick cursory glance around, a lot of bets seem to have been placed on Raven in this particular fight, and they're well deserved. After a couple more minutes of punching and throwing, she manages to knock the guy clean out with a blow to the jaw.
Evelyn will just kind of stand back and watch it all, taking it all in, noticing how the man's body and face contort when struck to the point of being knocked out.
And after her winner's declaration and money is passed around, she walks out of the crowd and over to a table where she starts to clean her hands a little bit of the blood splattered onto them in the process. People seem to be keeping away from her outside of the ring.
And, sorry about that. As she makes her way out of the ring, Evelyn sort of passes up as someone offers her the next spot up. She sort of holds a hand and waves it off as she simply walks towards where Raven has sat down and kind of stands over her, crossing her arms, inspecting Raven's outward appearance. Not really saying much at the moment, but just taking her in, as it were.
And, Raven's cleaning her hands, and she all of a sudden sort of looks up. And the one eye that she has, you can see, just sort of darts about a little bit in her head. She tilts her head to the side. Yes?
Quite a little combatant we are.
Used to it, I suppose.
And Eveline will simply walk to the wall that Raven is sitting near and can just rest her back against it. So, do you have a name?
Raven.
Raven. Interesting name. For a person, anyway.
Perhaps there's something to do with the, she sort of brushes her hair back to show the one eye.
Run afoul of a magpie at some point?
Oh no, quite the contrary. Magpies like me. People don't. She shrugs. Especially people with knives.
What an unfortunate incident. How long have you been running in these circles? I've been here for several months and not seen you.
I'm new. But then I haven't seen you either.
Well, I come in sporadically, once or twice a week.
It doesn't seem a sport for the... She tilts her head to the side to the other. Fairer of the sexes.
Tell that to those that have the unfortunate pleasure of going toe-to-toe.
Interesting.
Because I think that they would tell you quite a different story.
Well, perhaps you and I might go toe-to-toe at some point.
Eveline looks down back at the circle as they're cleaning up the mess and just looks at Raven. I have yet to go on. Did you find any opposition to going back out there?
No.
And she'll hold out a hand.
Raven stands up and just throws the tissue in the nearby bin and reaches up and sort of scruffs her hair a little bit. And looks at the hand, sort of as if she doesn't know what you want her to do, but nods her head in your direction for you to start walking, wondering why you haven't started walking yet.
Eveline sort of raises a brow at this, but just turns around on heel, kicking off her boots, preferring to go barefoot into the arena, wearing sort of a pair of loose-fitting sweatpants that are kind of rolled at the top. She goes to the sort of master of ceremonies and offers up a few words to him, and he looks back at Raven with a somewhat surprised look. Something along the lines of, "She's good, but you'll kill her." I somehow severely doubt that. Eveline will respond, and they walk into the circle of people. Eveline will sort of reach down and place her hands onto the ground, going into the various bits of dirt, sort of rubbing her hands together before standing back up.
Raven seems to check that the bandages are in place, patting them slightly, and then nods her head, standing ready.
And I guess we'll roll for initiative.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I forgot. I always forget how to do initiative every single time I roll it, even though I know.
I have a 9, which means I'm probably going last.
What?
There we go.
What did you roll?
Roll a 2.
I have a,
You have a 7, and unless you're rocking 1s in each of your decks and wits, I think you beat me by
13.
a fair amount. Yeah.
So, I didn't bring my glasses with me, so excuse me if you see me going at the screen. I guess I'm going first. So, what would be your first? I guess I'm going to counteract what you're doing as my action. So, are you going to move
So
first?
you're going to hold your action?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always thought that when we do combat, the person that gets initiative,
Well,
everyone declares, and
I
then...
declare what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
And then you get to go first and actually go through with your action.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is try and throw you onto the ground when you come near me.
Alright,
So,
well, I am going to, when it comes my turn, I will, I guess I'm going to dodge. Yeah, I guess I am going to dodge, and I'm going to blood buff. Yeah, I'm going to blood buff a point into Dex.
okay, so you're dodging essentially my grapple action.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll... Ooh. 3 successes.
Alright. And my counter is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You dodge.
So as Raven comes in for her first strike, Evelyn seems to move with a certain grace. Perhaps she didn't look like she quite had just a moment ago. She's a little bit more fleet-footed than first appearances gave off. But she kind of dances back out of the way and skips a few on her heels before coming to a stop and holds both arms up above her head while leaving one knee slightly bent. And then Eveline will buff a point into strength, and she is going to go for an attack after you do whatever it is that you do.
And I'm also going to buff point in strength. And I'm going to defend, so I'm going to try and dodge.
Alright then. And then I will be rolling. Yeah, I'll hold off on the dirty fighting for now. One, 2, 3 successes.
So 3.
Yep. So as Evelyn comes back for a a return attack. It seems that Raven's just as fleet-footed as Evelyn, and Eva kind of smirks at this. After being in a fight, you are still quite graceful. Interesting little thing you are. And Evelyn will again go in for an attack this time, but she's going to go for a dirty fighting maneuver.
Okay.
And she'll also blood buff a point into stamina.
Okay. I'm going to try and strike out just to hit a torso. I'm not going to do a cold shot.
Okay. Eesh.
4.
4 successes, alright. I guess it's just your strength. So,
Strength
plus 3.
Strength plus 3. Strength at the moment's 5.
It's all good.
All successes.
Thank God it's bashing damage. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which comes down to 4 as bashing. So you hit Evelyn pretty square right in the stomach. And when you do, you know you connect really well, but when you hit her, she is solid as a rock. And she kind of is half curled over your fist, but she's smirking at you, looking directly in your eye. And then dirty fighting comes through, and
Yeah.
she's shot on your eye.
My good eye, how dare you?
It's kind of her thing. She's done it to multiple people multiple times. Just happens to be that you happen to only have one eye. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 successes.
Ouch. Is it bashing, lethal?
That would, I guess, be bashing, really, because she's not. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I would say bashing just because she's not really going for a. She's not really going to kill you, and it's not like it's ripping out like vital organs or anything like that.
So I've got how many? Just try and soak.
I gotta figure that out. So I got strength 3 at the moment, and with 6 successes to do, so that's 9 dice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 4.
Okay. Soak 2.
Well, it's only 2 damage, so yeah, she kind of has her finger up against her eye and isn't able to rip it out.
This Raven is going to take this pretty damn personally, considering that she only has one eye to go with.
And Eveline is going to use a bit of vicissitude on the next roll, so she's going to have to just take whatever you throw at her.
I'm trying to work out, like, it's also got I was thinking Masquerade, and I was like, wait, we're not playing Camarilla. So who gives a fuck? You get a you see a flash sort of come. You're close enough to see sort of a flash of danger in the look, and well, how cool do I want to be? Could claw you, but it'll take a while. She's gonna really, I think probably for the best for now, but for it to really push you hard, push you off. So I guess that would be. It's not really a grapple, is it? I'm pushing you away.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of a standard strike.
So dex brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Three successes.
3 successes. Right. Strength +2. The
I mean, two.
ones. That's 1 bashing.
Yeah, so it wasn't so much for damage; it was more to get you away.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't move very far by the looks of that roll.
Mm.
It's just straight bones. Um,
It's annoying the system doesn't have a knockback system.
yeah. Yeah. And you got like a tackle that you can do. I think knocks a person. You got a knockdown, but not a knockback.
Mm.
House rules.
It's just like when I used to do Vampire before,
hmm.
you did like so much knockback damage because obviously if you punch somebody, you may not hurt them, but they're still going to go when you hit them.
Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to blood buff another point into strength. And what she's going to do is she is going to basically go for the eye again, another cold shot. But I'm going to split my action. The first one is to actually touch you.
Yeah.
And then the second one will be for bone crafting. She's going to try and cause your eye's orbital to actually kind of crunch into your eye.
Ouch.
Yeah, that is lethal.
Cold shots difficulty 8 though, aren't they, to the head?
Yep, so I'm going to go for a... well, it's a dirty fighting maneuver, but I'm going to spend a willpower point on the actual contact. So that's 2 successes, so we'll roll the damage for that first. Just 5 dice. That's all bad. No successes on the damage. But the flesh crafting, however, is going to be difficulty 7 with strength 4, medicine 4, so that's just 4 dice. And 1 success, so that's 1 point of lethal to the eye. You need to soak.
How many points of lethal?
Just 1. Didn't do very well, not an amazing dice pool to do
I
that
rolled
with.
the wrong dice.
Oh my god! Numbers are so high!
Yeah, I got 1 there, so I soaked 1. Yay, fortitude. Yeah, this is not going to go well. I'm going to
So at that point, you're probably going to feel like the orbital of your eye kind of crack under just a very light touch, almost. But it doesn't seem to do a whole lot. But you do kind of feel that contortion in your bones. Evelyn's hands actually touched you.
How many people are watching us?
No, there's a fair few. I mean, it's a boxing club, so at least 20.
Hmm. I'm going to do a If you're gonna fight dirty, then so am I. Essentially, I'm gonna. I can't do any lethal because I don't have any weapons apart from my claws.
Those don't do lethal.
No, they do ag.
Yeah.
I don't particularly want to kill you, but I have a feeling that I'm not going to do a lot of damage to you doing bashing at this stage.
Fair to wages, there are like, broken bottles and things like that around. And there's actually a stat for that.
Is there?
Yeah, universal weapons list.
Okay. Well, one more shot. I'm going to do a cold shot to the head.
Right now?
With a pretty sort of motion. Headbutt. Fuck yeah. 2 successes.
Alright, bring it on.
What were you doing? Are you dodging?
Oh, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
And so the advantage of being a vampire is you can take that shit. You can, or you have a distinct advantage in a boxing club where it's only bashing.
What can I roll today?
One
2.
bashing.
Yeah. Get really rubbish rolls.
Managed to soak 2, so yeah.
Put you away from me now. Without actually having to, because pretty soon it's going to be throat rippy time.
Yep. Eveline is really not going to spend some blood at this point because she's going to not going to go into a hunger frenzy, but she is going to. This is so dirty. She's going to do a fleshcraft on her thumb.
Yeah.
To give her thumbnail just a little bit of a point. And that will be her turn or that will be her action for this turn.
Okay.
And yeah, she manages to pull it off. So her thumbnails have these, you can't really see it unless you're looking really closely, but they do have points to them now, but they're not quite, they're not anything close to what a protein claw is, kind of a pale comparison, but she sort of kind of smirks at Raven and eggs her on. Come on now. Quit trying to hit me and hit me.
I'm going to buff a point into Dex. And try and you need to be like martial arts rules for this game. Actually, I'm gonna buff a point into Dex and then try and grapple you. So.
Right? So you got the grapple because I'm not defending. But we need to do the contested strength and brawl roll to do the who has control of the grapple.
5 successes.
So yeah, you definitely have Evelyn, and now we each roll the strength and brawl.
Okay.
And ooh, that was not good on my end. 2 successes for me. You've got her grappled. You seriously got her grappled.
And Raven says quietly into the grapple, "You don't want me to get my nails out."
Evelyn just kind of smirks at that, and since you got her grappled, she's gonna do something nasty.
Yeah.
Let's see, what does that do? Ba, 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 ba. Alright, so she is going to, because you've got her grappled, she's going to flesh craft your ribcage.
Okay.
Or bone craft your ribcage, I should say, rather. And her hands are just going to kind of like start pushing into your ribcage, almost like she's trying to squirm out of your grasp or try and cause you pain to make her let you go. But in truth, what she's doing is a bit more sinister. I'm just going to burn a willpower point on this. And thank God she did. Jesus.
All the bad rolls for us.
Yeah, that is 1 point of lethal.
I don't think that's going to be a problem unless I roll really badly.
You know, don't jinx it.
That's fine. This seems to have no effect. You can feel the even some people are hardy, but like Raven's body doesn't move at all. It's like her muscles and her blood and all that is stone. Supernatural effects of fortitude. She says, "I warned you." And I'm gonna buff her blood into protein claws, but thoughts. But I'm not good. It's gonna take around. So
Yep.
so I'm buffing the blood into it and then just trying to stay in control of the grapple. I'm not going anywhere for now.
Well, I think
I'm still not dodging.
Evelyn's gonna bite,
Okay.
and she's gonna try and drain a fair amount of blood out of you. Replenish her stores. Although the last time I did this, it went really, really badly. So
Yeah, to be fair, if you bite me, I'm gonna fall to the kiss, aren't I? Unless I spend willpower.
yeah.
I don't know what the rules for that are, to be honest.
Uh,
I have to make a willpower roll.
I'd have to check. I happen to have a book right here.
If so, giddy.
Melee weapons. Let's see. Either drinking or in combat. This would be in combat. 271 to 280. Okay, numbers only available to vampires. Right. 269 for the rolls on that. Okay, so it's self-control. It's a self-control roll, difficulty 8, to avoid succumbing to the kiss.
Oh,
That's not a happy sound.
it's not a happy sound.
So yes, instead of inflicting health levels, I'm taking...
Well, for a start, I don't have self-control, I have instinct.
Oh, it's self-control / instinct, sorry. Make that clear. But yeah, it doesn't do health levels of damage, it just... I can take up to 3 points of blood a turn. So that's what she's going to do, she's going to bite.
Can I act in the kiss, though? I can't, though, can I?
Not without making the self-control roll, but I think it's reflexive.
Okay.
So yeah, she while you're kind of holding on there, she bites into the kind of a base of your neck, and the people who have seen Evelyn fight in this blood sport know that she is very willing to fight, very, very dirty, and that's why people enjoy watching her fights, but don't enjoy getting involved in her fights. But yeah, she is going to take the full 3 blood out of you this turn.
I'm gonna roll to see whether I get affected by the kiss. Woo! What was the difficulty?
Difficulty 8, so yeah, you're fine.
She's not in the kiss. Okay.
Over at that point, it's probably fairly clear what Evelyn is, but I get 6 blood back, so I'm back at full things because I have efficient digestion.
Yay. But do you have unbondable?
No, I don't.
Happy one stage.
She didn't know you were a vampire, so that's gonna be quite a surprise to her.
Happy one stage blood bond.
Yep.
Right, now, next turn.
Next turn. Evelyn, at that point, is probably going to do her best to get out of the grapple at that point.
Okay, so do you want to do a post strength first?
Well, it's your roll. You get to choose what you're going to do because you get to act before I do.
The claws are growing. And Raven will flick a claw. She's got one arm behind you, one arm sort of on your sort of torso. She'll flick a claw over your abdomen, so you'll try and do you some damage that way.
Well, whatever you roll, I can't soak. Just to let you know.
So it could be a lot of ag.
Could be death.
Hope not.
Unless, of course, you're trying to go for a specific limb. It's going to hurt really bad. Because I am not wearing bone armor.
There you
go. That's how much damage you do?
3 ag.
Oh, that's going to hurt a lot. And upon feeling claws in her back, and the fact that you didn't succumb to the kiss, her eyes go a little bit wild. And she is going to go for the... You know, I know what she's going to do. She's going to use flesh crafting to get out of your grapple.
Okay. Do you want to try and oppose strength first, see if you can get out that way?
Well, you just kind of clawed her in the back, so she's going to try and rip flesh off.
Okay, fair enough.
So it'll be a difficulty 5 for a quick yank and tuck. So what she's going to do is she is going to fleshcraft any flesh that's touching her, that's holding her in place, to wiggle out of that. So literally, as she kind of breaks free, like you're going to have these missing gobbets of flesh depending on the amount of successes.
And whether or not I can soak it.
I think it's all lethal.
Yeah.
So that is dexterity medicine. And you know what, I'm going to buff a point into dex to get the 1 over maximum for a certain amount of turns. So that's 10, nice, difficulty 5. Jeez. So 1, 2, 3 successes. So she kind of pulls away from you. When she does, her back is bleeding probably fairly profusely from the or from the claw marks. And basically there is you kind of feel your or bits of your flesh kind of slough off as she pulls away from you, and she kind of comes down in a crouch, kind of baring her fangs at you and hissing slightly.
Do I get a soak roll, or is it just...
I don't think it doesn't say if it really does damage, so I don't think it does any damage to you. At least that's how I'm going to play it right now, play it safe.
Raven, seeing as she sort of looks over at her bloody wounds and smiles at you. And she crouches as well, but she sort of more crouches like a bird and tilts her head from side to side.
And I think the writing is pretty much on the wall, so Eveline is she's gonna, but she's looking at that at those claws. She's shaking her head side to side, like you use those and this fight's over.
Did she say that?
More or less. She kind of mouths it.
Precisely. You shouldn't have gone for my eye. Raven smirks.
So yeah, she's gonna go for the eye again. That's how it always happens.
Can you do it from a distance?
Well, it's just an attack, you know. The eye gouge is just kind of running up to someone and hitting them, and she's not out of arm's reach.
I'm gonna try and dodge. Probably not.
They have an eye out, they won't stop. But now that you've clawed her in the back, she's kind of pissed.
No, that's a gash roll. 2 successes at best.
Yeah, it's 2 successes. So we're gonna spend a willpower point, difficulty 8. Hopefully I'll get some 10s in here. I'm using that thumb to try and dig that eye out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 successes. Ouch. And watch the frickin' roll be terrible for the damage. So that's strength plus 6. What did I tell you? What did I fucking tell you? 1, 2, 3 successes.
Can you spend a willpower on soaking damage? I suppose you can.
No.
No?
No. Fortitude used to be you could spend blood to auto soak.
Yeah. It used to be in my system that you could always soak. Still move. fuck's sake.
How much stamina are you rocking?
I've, Raven has stamina 4, fortitude 3.
Jesus.
I think I only got one success though.
So I think I got me an eyeball.
Well, please don't take up my eye. I don't want a blind character.
You can heal that, it's not ag.
True.
It's lethal. So yeah, as Evelyn kind of dives forward, she kind of drives that fingernail into, that thumbnail into Raven's eyes, and hits the ground on the other side, and smirks from behind her. And she just kind of whispers, "Don't worry, dear. It grows back."
Okay, I'm not your frenzy, you're lucky.
If you got into frenzy, she will run the fuck away. Nope, 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 nope.
She's gonna go for another grapple.
Alright, you are blind fighting rules. Unless you've got Auspex. I think with Auspex you can.
I've, I'm not heightened sense, I've acute sense. I'll be able to smell you, but...
It's a +2 difficulty.
Nope. She comes towards you but misses.
And Evelyn is going to start punching a lot. I'm just gonna buff a point into strength, and then you know what? She's gonna split her actions into 4 separate actions. She's gonna go for a combo. So that'll be. Alright, so that's 1 attack. So that's 5 damage. 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 bashing.
Mm. See, I could, like... My quandary here is that I could... If I still keep attacking you, I'm gonna be doing ags. I'd rather not kill your character on our first meeting. So I'm gonna spend. I can only spend 1 blood around, but I'm gonna try and heal myself a bit.
Alright, I think you gotta wait for your turn on that one, but yeah,
I thought you finished.
I'm doing 4 separate attacks. So this is the first one, and you're just taking 3 bashing. Or 1 bashing, really.
Mm.
But it goes through!
No, I got 1 success.
There's a 1 up there.
No, yeah, it gets through.
Alright, how about that? Second attack. 2 10s, but not specialty because I wasn't dirty fighting, so that is 6 bashing. 1, 2, 3 again. Don't even. Yeah, you soaked that like a champ. The third attack misses, and then the 4th attack misses as well.
Okay.
However, you will notice that she is not using the thumbs that did a fair amount of damage on your eye with each blow. So you can tell that she is pulling punches.
I'm gonna spend blood on my eye to try and heal it. So. I don't know how much. I actually have no idea how much you have to spend in this system to heal lethal.
Um,
There's no rules for it anywhere that I can find.
you spend I think it's still 1 for 1,
Oh,
and it's you roll your dex or your stamina and survival,
okay.
and for each success you get, you can spend a point of blood to heal. Because right now I think you're at what, -3 or -4.
Well, I'm more concerned about my eye, so I can see. Um,
And however much damage it did to you is kind of negated now as your eye is growing back.
yeah, I spend the point of blood to heal my eye.
Yep.
And Raven then sort of she backs off as she's doing so. She seems more concerned about regaining her sight than attacking you right now.
Okay.
So I imagine it still takes a few seconds for it to.
Yeah, you have to spend an entire turn concentrating.
Yeah.
I don't know what Evelyn's gonna do here. Because there's really no good way to do this.
No.
At least not without going full vampire on you. And while we don't follow the masquerade, it's kind of not so great to. Jesus. Okay. I think Evelyn's gonna go for a. She's gonna try and jab her. No. Damn it.
It's because the only way these fights tend to end is by being knocked out, and neither of us are going to get knocked out, are they? Unless one of us puts each other in torpor.
Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna happen. I can torpor you. You will kill me.
Yeah.
Lethal will torpor you, not kill you. Because it has to roll over. Evelyn's going to get up close enough to Raven to speak to her before she does anything. What I'm doing to you won't kill you. What you're going to do to me will kill me.
Yeah. Thing is, can't really afford to lose face in front. So we're at a bit of an impasse here.
Evelyn kind of nods at this as she kind of pulls Raven into kind of a faux grapple.
Yeah.
I'm going to put an arm around your neck and you're going to do the same to mine. And we're going to go out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Eveline will kind of wrap her arm around Raven's head, sort of in a suplex-like grapple, and begin to squeeze very, very tightly. And if Raven had to breathe, this would be a problem.
Yeah. Raven's gonna do the same thing.
And Evelyn will kind of whisper, "Slowly now," and starts kind of like wrestling with her, kind of like jerking her around, so that way their feet kind of fly out and they back up into the walls, into the cars, into the people. and
Mhm.
slowly she starts to like go weak at the knees, feigning though she's being choked out.
Mhm. Raven acts as if she's also struggling to breathe and pushes her down to the floor, but is also struggling with her own lack of breath.
And after a few moments, Evelyn finally kind of acts like she passes out, kind of just.
Raven also pretends that she's passed out, but then there's some arguing about who's what in this particular situation.
And as they're kind of both laying there, one of the gentlemen from the side thing will actually take a bucket of water and splash it on the two. Because this isn't exactly, medical paradise.
Right.
And Evelyn will kind of give a
Raven,
gasp as she goes up to hands and feet, or knees and feet.
hmm, Raven will roll over and made sure she's taken some of the water into her mouth so she can spit it back out again dramatically.
And
Push
at
herself
that
up.
moment, the master of ceremony kind of declares the match a draw, I
Mm.
guess.
And you see Raven sort of give you a look. It's quite hard to read a look, actually. In fact, it's halfway between anger and respect. And
Evelyn just kind of smirks at the look.
Raven walks off.
And Evelyn will sort of follow her, panting. Fake panting, but panting.
By the time by the time you catch up with Raven, she's grabbed her jacket, um, and has walked off into a separate area of the parking lot where um, it's mostly deserted up here. But a couple of people use it to take a piss. And there's a guy taking a knee against the wall, and sort of unceremoniously, and with not seemingly no effort for stealth, even though Raven's quite good at stealth. She walks up behind him, grabs him, bites him, drains half his blood.
Evelyn will come up behind Raven, kind of pulling her jacket back onto her shoulders. I come across more canines in these fight clubs than I care to admit to.
She's holding the guy by the hair at this point, and she looks up at you and sort of still holding him by the hair, hands him in your direction.
Evelyn just kind of grabs hold of him and then lets him fall. And with the left strength, she's actually just going to bring a heel down into the back of his head, kind of popping it like a grape. Don't worry, I drank quite a bit already. And she smirks at Raven.
Raven sort of does. I noticed.
So, Raven, I think your name was correct.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not human.
Of course not, I'm a raven.
I'm sure. She says as she pulls a pack of cigarettes out from her jacket and lights one up.
Now you're out of view of everybody else. She unwraps her arms with the bandages, and underneath where the bandages were, she's got a line of not underneath, not on the underside of her arm, but on the top. There's a line of feathers on each side. She throws the bandages in the bin.
Evelyn just kind of smirks. I kind of assumed with the claws, but wasn't 100% sure.
Oh, these. Yeah, it happens. And she's seems somewhat not uncomfortable in your presence, but as if she's uncomfortable with just conversation, as it were. I know someone who might be interested in you.
Well, if his name begins with Arthur and ends with Thane, I'll have to respectively decline.
No, not Arthur Thane. Her name begins with Isis and ends with Belafonte.
I see.
Raven, the feathers on her arms puff up like a bird's breast might do.
And would I be right in assuming that this Isis Belafonte is someone who is part of your life?
Oh, she's very much part of my life, yes. I think I annoy her a little bit, but it happens.
Well, and as she walks up, she kind of grabs at Raven's wrists so she can hold up the claws.
Oh,
Well, using these on someone is rather, I would say, rather vexing.
I forgot about that. And she'll retract them eventually.
Yeah, and Evelyn just kind of looks at her, sort of her back, and just shakes her head. I won't be forgetting those anytime soon.
My eyes are kind of a sore point, seeing as I only have one of them now. And this didn't happen when I was a K-Knight, so that grew back.
Have you ever had anyone try and transplant one for you? Evelyn will actually just kind of walk up, and she doesn't even really respect any personal boundaries at this point. She's more acting like a physician assessing something. She sort of runs her hand underneath Raven's hair to look at the eye socket.
There's an eye in there, but it's the eyelid's sort of been sewn over it to protect it because the eye's non-functioning.
Evelyn will take her finger and run it across the eyelid to actually open it back up again using fleshcraft.
Mm-hmm. And there's a sizable scar running sort of above her eyebrow and then down here, and then underneath the eye it looks like it's been it's not sliced in two, but it's got a very massive gash. It's damaged all the nerves inside the eye.
Evelyn will, because she's somewhat now blood bonded to Raven, as she hasn't taken Voldery, yet she just kind of backs Raven up into the car and looks into the good eye. You know, I could fix this if you wanted me to.
Raven sort of looks alarmed. She's not particularly used to having people in her personal space unless they're trying to claw her throat out. You could.
Well, if I'm closer to our progenitor than you are, I can make the effects permanent.
She seems like she doesn't know what to say. Sort of stares at you rather blankly.
Has anyone ever mentioned generation to you?
No.
I have no idea if this is going to work. All the same, Evelyn will attempt to repair the damage that was done if Raven allows her to. She'll literally sort of, do you want this fixed?
It's kind of a eyesore.
Honey,
It's the thing with Raven's jokes is that she's so not used to making them that they are quite obvious ones. She's
and Evelyn will, it's going to be difficulty 9, so you better appreciate it. I'm spending willpower for this.
Thank you. Sort of on an out of character context note, when I talked to Blue about this, she said that I'd have to treat it as a permanent wound and spend blood if I wanted to use it. I'm not sure if
someone fixed it for you, or if it was just in general to heal
say it. It was a fleshcraft roll difficulty so and so. I don't remember exactly what the difficulty was now. And then I'd have to essentially pump blood into it to get it to work.
Yes, this is more for cosmetic effect.
Okay.
I mean, if you pump blood into it, yeah, you can make it work.
Okay.
But, alright, here we go. Willpower point in. Let me just take a look here.
Fingers crossed.
Soft tissue, this is one of my specialties. Well, no, it's discipline. I can't use discipline. So, here we go. And thank God for the willpower point. So yeah, she manages to sort of press her finger into the eye, and it shows itself back together, and it comes away from looking milky, at least. But it's not the best work she's ever done, and if given time, she could probably refine it more to where, when you actually choose to heal it, you could have probably a fair bit of sight. But I would say right now that it's probably kind of a basic job. You might get some sight out of it as it is right now, but regardless.
Yeah, basically that's how my eyesight is in real life. Where this feels.
So she kind of pulls her thumb away and kind of just runs it across the area below the eye, sort of the cheekbone. Well, at least that should do for now.
Raven's little blink. How did you do that?
Don't suppose you've ever met a Tzimisce before, have you?
I have. Unfortunately. No offense. Our Tzimisce's kind of an idiot.
Does he have a name?
Cody.
Well, Cody is not like me, I'm sure.
And then there's Lizard Man. Do you know who Lizard Man is?
I've never met him.
Murdoch.
Only met one Tzimisce in the city, by the name of Alice.
Alice is Murdoch's child.
Oh, so who's Murdoch?
He looks like a T-Rex. Best way to put it. Or an alligator or some sort of reptile thing. You won't miss him if you actually see him.
I see. Well.
He's also one of us.
who are you exactly?
Perhaps if I take you to Isis, she could tell you a bit more. I don't have the, what they say, jurisdiction.
Well, as I find it right now, I don't want to walk away from you, and I suppose that's my own dumb fault.
Oh. Raven sort of moves away from you a little bit, and she tilts her head from side to side as she walks. Bitey, bitey, blood, blood, blood. That happens.
It does. It's been too long since I've taken the Vulvary.
Well, maybe we could change that.
Maybe.
Come on, I have things to show you. And she looks at your back and says, we can get that sorted out in the process.
It's going to take a few nights to heal that up.
Make a start. And she smiles at you, but it's such a it doesn't look like a natural smile. It's sort of like when if a dog tried to smile, that sort of thing. It's like, you can tell it's her trying to smile. Charisma 1.
Evelyn just kind of nods as she walks along with Raven.
Hope Goose ain't here. And Raven's going to take her back to the warehouse, and we'll follow that up in another scene. So I guess this scene ends.
I think it does.
Thank you for watching, people.